Le passé composé ou l'imparfait. So, when do you use the passé composé? When do you use the imparfait? The passé composé, first of all, is used to report activities that have finished. For example, le chauffeur a arrêté le moteur. The driver turned the engine off. It's completed, it's over. Nous avons marché jusqu'à la gare. We walked to the station. Finished. Le président a donné un discours. The president gave a speech. La serveuse m'a amené un verre d'eau. The waitress brought me a glass of water. Action is completed. So, when do we use the imperfect? The imperfect is used to describe background activities which, in the time frame of the story, haven't been completed and are ongoing. That is to say, they're not finished. They're going on in the past. They're not completed. For example, le président donnait un discours quand il a commencé à pleuvoir. The president was giving a speech and hadn't finished at that moment in time when it began to rain, completed action, and that's why that second verb is in the passé composé. Le serveur m'amenait un plat d'escargot quand il est tombé et a laissé tomber le plat. Les petits escargots étaient partout. So the waiter was bringing me a plate of snails and hadn't stopped bringing me when it fell, completed action, and he let the plate drop, completed action, and the little snails were everywhere and didn't stop being everywhere. So that's why it's an ongoing action. It's a description. You might notice that also it often corresponds with the past progressive in English. Was doing, was going. So, the imperfect is normally used to describe characteristics or lasting qualities, as these tend to be ongoing. When you're describing something, it's usually something that doesn't change. Le film était très long et ennuyeux. The film was very long and boring and didn't stop being very long and boring. L'enfant boitait à cause de l'accident. The child limped because of the accident. It's a description. He didn't stop limping. So let's compare them side by side, passé composé and imparfait. Passé composé, what was completed? A completed action or something that happened for a specific time period. Compared with how things used to be, repeated or habitual actions. Watch out for words like chaque, every, each, every day I am parfait. For example, nous sommes arrivés à 8 heures. We arrived, that's it. Compared with j'allais en France chaque été. I used to go to France each summer, every summer, the same thing, the same pattern. It's a habit, it's the imperfect. Il a habité à Paris pendant 10 ans. He lived in Paris for 10 years, completed. Also note that with pendant, we use the passé composé. Nous prenions nos vacances en juin. We took our holidays in June, habitually. That is, every June we would take our holidays. It's a habit, it's ongoing, so we use the imparfait. Note also that, and don't be confused, in English we often use would. Every year we would go, and it might sound like the conditional. It's the imperfect in French. Every year we would go on holidays, we would go to the beach, we would ride our bikes. We used to is what it means. It's an habitual action. It's the imparfait. So, secondly, what changed for the passé composé? A change in a condition of state of being at a precise moment in time. Watch out for expressions like tout à coup, all of a sudden, soudain, une fois et un jour, even quand, right? Something was happening when, all of a sudden something else happened, there's a change. So there's a completed action. Soudain, j'ai eu faim. Suddenly, I got hungry. Tout à coup, j'ai compris. Ah, bingo, light bulb, I understood. Compared with the imparfait. What someone or something was like, or how one felt. Physical or mental conditions and states. For example, il avait faim. He was hungry. Which is also like a description and an ongoing habit. Yeah? Je ne comprenais pas. I didn't understand. And it didn't change. Thirdly, what happened next? The sequence of events in a narration, many times equivalent to the English simple past. I did this, I went there, I did this. Hein? Elles ont décidé d'aller dîner. Elles sont sorties, elles ont trouvé un restaurant, et elles y sont entrées. So, a series of completed actions. They decided to eat, they went out, they found a restaurant, they went in, it's finished. Compared with what was going on. A description of the scene or setting. This is sometimes equivalent to the past progressive in English, as I mentioned before. Il pleuvait. It was raining. Didn't stop raining. And it's also a description. Elle dormait. She was sleeping. Il était 10 heures. It was 10 o'clock. Je regardais, imperfect, la télévision, I hadn't stopped, quand, when, change of action, quand ma mère est rentrée. So that is now in the passé composé. I was watching television when my mother came home. So, that's the passé composé or imparfait. Hope you enjoyed it.